Picture this. There's a planet in our solar system so ridiculously light, it could literally float in your bathtub. Well, if your bathtub was the size of several Earths. But you get the idea. Saturn, nearly 10 times wider than Earth, yet so fluffy, it would bob around like a cosmic rubber duck. Seriously. But here's where things get absolutely wild. This floating giant, it's hiding secrets that could flip everything we know about how planets form. And those gorgeous rings everyone loves, they're basically babies, younger than T-Rex. I'm taking you on a trip to one of the weirdest places in our solar neighborhood. Saturn looks all calm and golden from here, right? Wrong. It's a world of complete chaos. Winds screaming at 1,800 kilometers per hour. A perfect hexagon storm, bigger than our entire planet. Mysteries that have scientists pulling their hair out for decades. By the time we're done here, you'll get why Saturn might be the secret to finding aliens, and why its famous rings are vanishing right before our eyes. Ready? Let's dive into the impossible. But wait, the numbers behind this floating trick will absolutely blow your mind. How does something 95 times heavier than Earth manage to be lighter than water? The math is bonkers. Saturn's density, 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter. Water, exactly 1. Saturn wins the floating contest hands down. Earth clocks in at 5.51 grams per cubic centimeter. We're basically a cosmic bowling ball. Saturn, more like a giant balloon animal. You could stuff 764 Earths inside Saturn, but it only weighs as much as 95 Earths. Where'd all that missing stuff go? Simple. Saturn is 96% hydrogen, 3% helium. It's basically a failed star, a wannabe sun that never quite got its act together. Scientists used to think Saturn had this solid rocky core wrapped in metallic hydrogen layers, nice and tidy. Then Cassini showed up and ruined everything. The spacecraft's death dive measured Saturn's gravity with insane precision. What they found? No solid core. Instead, there's this fuzzy core, basically a slushy mess of ice, rock, and metallic goop stretching across 60% of the planet. Imagine Saturn's core as cosmic soup that never stops stirring itself. The core is literally sloshing around inside Saturn like soup in a bowl. We know this because the rings act like a giant earthquake detector, picking up vibrations from deep inside the planet. Wild, right? Saturn spins so fast, one day is just 10.7 hours, that it's completely squashed by its own rotation. It's the most deformed planet we've got, bulging at the middle, flattened at the poles. If you saw Saturn from the side, you'd think someone sat on it. This crazy spinning creates those insane wind speeds. The whole atmosphere is basically in permanent fast-forward mode, with jet streams racing around at speeds that make Earth's hurricanes look like gentle summer breezes. But Saturn's density is just the beginning of its impossibilities. Everything you think you know about Saturn's rings, forget it. For centuries, everyone assumed the rings formed with Saturn 4.5 billion years ago. Ancient cosmic jewelry from the birth of the solar system. Every textbook said so. Then Cassini dropped the mic. The rings are young, shockingly young. Maybe 10 to 100 million years old. They showed up when dinosaurs were still running around Earth. How do we know? Ring rain. Saturn's rings are literally melting away, raining down onto the planet. Cassini measured this cosmic drizzle, 10,000 kilograms of ring material falling every second. At this rate, the rings disappear in 300 million years. Cosmically speaking, that's next Tuesday. We're living in this tiny window when Saturn even has rings. So where did they come from? Picture this. Some unlucky icy moon wandered too close to Saturn. It crossed the Roche limit, the distance where Saturn's gravity beats the moon's ability to hold itself together. The moon got shredded, torn apart into billions of icy chunks. Those chunks became the rings. That's why they're 99.9% water ice with just traces of rock. We're staring at the remains of a cosmic murder. And here's the terrifying part. This cosmic murder could happen again, right now. Scientists couldn't believe what they were seeing when they first calculated the ring ages. This discovery kept researchers awake for weeks, completely rewriting planetary science textbooks. And here's the crazy part. Those ring particles are teaching us about Saturn's guts through something called ring seismology. When Saturn's fuzzy core sloshes around, it sends vibrations through the planet. These vibrations hit the rings and create tiny ripples. By studying these patterns, scientists can peek inside Saturn without going there. The rings became our X-ray vision into the planet's soul. And if you think floating planets are weird, wait until you see what's happening to the rings. But rings aren't Saturn's only party trick. This planet doesn't just have moons. It has entire alien worlds. Take Titan. This moon has a thicker atmosphere than Earth. A moon with more air than our planet. Let that marinate for a second. But it's not our kind of air. Titan's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen with methane mixed in. And get this, Titan has weather, methane weather. Instead of water rain, methane drizzle. Instead of lakes, liquid methane and ethane seas. The Huygens probe landed there in 2005 and found ice pebbles under an orange alien sky. Titan is Earth's weird cousin. Rivers, lakes, seas, seasons. But everything that's water here is methane there. Everything that's rock here is water ice there. Then there's Enceladus. This little moon could fit inside Texas, but it's hiding one of the biggest secrets in the solar system. Under its frozen crust sits a global ocean. Not puddles, a complete ocean that might hold more water than all Earth's oceans combined. Cassini discovered this by flying through geysers shooting from Enceladus' south pole. These aren't your Yellowstone geysers. They blast water and ice 200 kilometers into space through cracks scientists call tiger stripes. But here's the kicker. That water has everything life needs. Salts, silica, complex organic molecules. The recipe for biology, advertising itself by shooting into space. But Saturn's not just hiding secrets in its rings. Its moons are screaming even bigger secrets into space. Saturn has 146 confirmed moons as of 2023, more than any other planet. Some shepherd the rings with their gravity. Others dance around each other in gravitational waltzes. But Saturn's weirdest feature isn't even a moon. But if alien oceans weren't weird enough, Saturn has something that breaks the laws of nature. There's a perfect hexagon at Saturn's North Pole. Each side stretches 14,500 kilometers. That's wider than Earth. Nature doesn't do perfect hexagons. Or does it? This thing has stayed stable for at least 40 years. It spins with the planet like some massive atmospheric gear. Scientists recreated similar shapes in labs with spinning fluids. The hexagon forms because different wind speeds at different latitudes interact. Fluid dynamics gone cosmic. But why 6 sides? Why not 5 or 7? It's all about Saturn's specific spin rate and temperature differences. Tweak those conditions, and you might get a pentagon or octagon instead. The hexagon even changes colors with seasons. During northern winter, blue. Spring arrives, golden yellow. We're watching alien weather that dwarfs anything on Earth. Hold on, it gets even more insane. Saturn looks peaceful from here, but up close, it's home to the most violent weather in the solar system. Every 30 years, one Saturn year, a massive storm erupts in the north. The Great White Spot can wrap around the entire planet. The 2010 to 2011 storm was captured by Cassini in jaw-dropping detail. These storms run on Saturn's internal heat. The planet actually makes more energy than it gets from the sun. It's a cosmic furnace, heating itself through gravitational squeezing. Wind speeds hit 1,800 kilometers per hour near the equator, 5 times stronger than Earth's worst hurricanes. The lightning? 10,000 times more powerful than ours. Then there are ring spokes, ghostly features that appear and vanish in hours. Tiny dust particles levitating above the rings, charged by Saturn's magnetic field. Electrostatic levitation on a planetary scale. Imagine dust bunnies floating in your room, but each one is building-sized, and your room is bigger than Earth. But then scientists discovered something that changed everything. One spacecraft changed everything, and its final act was the most heroic sacrifice in space exploration. One robot changed everything, and its death revealed Saturn's darkest secrets. Cassini reached Saturn in 2004 after 7 years of travel. For 13 years, it became our eyes in the Saturn system. It snapped 453,048 photos and made discoveries that rewrote the textbooks. 2005. Cassini spotted Enceladus geysers. Nobody saw that coming. A tiny moon shooting water into space? Mind blown. 2006 to 2007. Titan's lakes and rivers revealed. Again, totally unexpected. A moon with Earth-like geography, but alien chemistry. The Ring Age bombshell came from analyzing Cassini's final data years later. The fuzzy core discovery? Published in 2021, 4 years after Cassini died. That death dive was necessary. To protect Enceladus and Titan from Earth germs, NASA deliberately crashed Cassini into Saturn's atmosphere on September 15th, 2017. The spacecraft kept transmitting until the very end, analyzing Saturn's air as it burned up. Science until death. A robot sacrificing itself for knowledge. The Cassini team watched their baby die in real time. Some cried, some cheered. Everyone knew they'd witnessed history, the end of one of humanity's greatest adventures. But Cassini's legacy lives on. Scientists keep mining the data, finding new secrets years later. It's like a time machine that won't stop giving. But that's not even the weirdest part. Saturn's story isn't over. Next up, flying robots, ocean diving, and hunting for aliens. In 2028, NASA is scheduled to launch Dragonfly, a car-sized rotorcraft heading to Titan. It's basically a nuclear-powered drone that'll fly to dozens of spots, analyzing alien chemistry. Dragonfly will hunt for prebiotic chemistry, the molecular Legos that might build life. Titan has all the ingredients: organic molecules, liquid solvents, and energy sources. Scientists want to send missions to Enceladus too. The Orbolander concept would orbit the moon, then land near the tiger stripes to sample plume material directly. Imagine scooping alien ocean water and testing it for life. James Webb is already watching Saturn in infrared, revealing temperature and chemical patterns with crazy clarity. We're entering Saturn science's golden age. But here's the big question. Why does Saturn even exist? Maybe Saturn saved our lives. Computer models suggest Jupiter and Saturn did this gravitational dance early on called the Grand Tack. This cosmic ballet scattered asteroids, shaped orbits, and might have stopped Earth from becoming a super-Earth, too massive for complex life. Saturn also acts like a cosmic vacuum, deflecting comets and asteroids that might otherwise pummel us. Without Saturn's gravitational bodyguard work, Earth might be a crater-covered wasteland. Saturn isn't just a floating gas ball. It's our cosmic guardian, planetary nursery, and possibly why you exist to watch this. Rings younger than dinosaurs, hexagonal storms bigger than Earth, moons hiding alien oceans. Saturn proves the universe is way stranger and more wonderful than we imagined. We're living in Saturn's brief moment of beauty. Don't blink, you might miss it. We're living in this brief moment when Saturn has rings. Future civilizations might look up at a ringless Saturn and wonder what they missed. But we're here now, witnessing one of the solar system's most beautiful accidents. A floating planet, raining rings, moons that might be crawling with life. In space's cosmic ocean, Saturn is the most gorgeous paradox. Mind blown by Saturn? Wait until you see what Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune are hiding. Smash that subscribe button, because next week we're diving into Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a storm that's been observed for nearly 200 years and might unlock weather secrets on alien worlds. What Saturn discovery shocked you most? The floating trick, baby rings, hidden alien oceans? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Saturn teaches us that the most profound truths hide behind beautiful faces. In a universe packed with wonders, this floating giant reminds us that reality always beats fiction.